So it's been about a month and a half since I got my Sony Link Buds, and I've got a lot of things to say about it now that I've really had a good amount of time to wear them, to use them, so forth and so on. I posted my sort of early review about a month and a half ago, right after I got them. And, there's a lot of things you just don't know within a day or so of owning a set of earbuds, in particular, a really weird set of earbuds like these. So if you don't know, these are the Sony Link Buds. The case is very, very small and very lightweight. You've got a button up front here that sort of releases the lid there. You can't really pull it open otherwise without pulling very hard. There's an LED there that will determine if the thing is charged or not. If it is charging, it will change to orange if you are going dead, and I believe red if you are effectively almost dead. I think that's true. USB-C port on the back, and then a pairing button on the back to sort of reset things if you need to sort of relink them to their case, which I have not needed to do. But the thing about these buds that is so weird is the buds themselves. You can tell very quickly by looking at these are not your average earbud, because there is a hole right in the middle of these earbuds, because you are supposed to be able to hear the outside world through these earbuds themselves. There's nothing actually in your ear canal blocking the outside world that would necessitate a microphone grabbing that sound and then playing it into your ear, which is how ambient modes work. So there's no ambient mode here. There's no need for one. Of course, there is also no noise canceling mode. That would not really be possible here. So some of the things that I've learned from wearing these things for a little bit of time is that I guessed the size of this ear tip incorrectly, what size I would need. If you don't know, these are just a little rubber guy here. They pull right off. They're just a little band that go around the outside of the earbuds, and these are really important because they determine how they stay in your ear. I assumed that I might need sort of a medium or a small one, but I actually wound up going up to a slightly larger size, and that has worked better for me. So let's come back around here and I'll kind of show you how you put these things in, because it sounds weird, but it's not normal. It's not how you put in a normal set of earbuds. It's kind of weird. So this is how I've gotten used to putting them in. So this end here with the hole in it, I sort of just stick that into my ear like that. But then the other thing that I do that is a little bit different is the little tip up here. I will take my finger and I'll sort of bend it down out of the way so that when I pop this in my ear, I can kind of, you'll be able to see here, I kind of slide and tuck that rubber tip underneath that part of my ear. And then I will move it forward, and then I'll kind of rock it back, because you want it to be in that position at the end of the day. And once you've done that, they're in there pretty well. And again, finding the right ear tip for you is really, really important. You got to get that part right, because if it's the wrong size, you may be talking, walking around, and they will fall out. But once it's correct, that's pretty quick, pretty easy to put them in, and really isn't too big of a deal. But the wonderful thing about these is that they're in my ears now, but I can hear myself talking totally normally. There is a slight muffling, but for the most part, I can hear the outside world just fine. And in terms of comfort, I feel like they're pretty good. I'm the kind of person that over time, earbuds in my ears really do start to be uncomfortable. They start to hurt, and I don't want to wear them for much longer than 45 minutes to an hour. That's really pushing it for me. With the Link Buds, I was able on several different occasions while I was working at my little side job to wear them for 4 hours at a time. And they were totally fine. And the cool thing about this is that battery life seems to be very good. 4, 5, even 6 hours between, needing to charge these things really isn't impossible. I was going 4+ hours and not having to charge them. Pop them back in the case, charge them up again. And I think they're rated for another like 12 hours off of the case. So pretty solid battery life. Definitely good enough to get me through multiple days for, most of the time. Most days I wasn't wearing them for 4 or 5 hours in a day. Most days I was popping them in, using them for about an hour, popping them back into the case after that. So I was going, 5, 6, 7 days, between needing to charge these things. And when I do need to charge them, they're USB-C. And so that works out pretty well. So yeah, the comfort is pretty good on these things. So there's nothing jammed into your ear canal where you can never quite find the right fit. You don't really have to worry about that part, but you do have to worry about finding the right ear tip. But luckily they come with like, I want to say 5 maybe different ear tips to experiment with. I moved back and forth. I went down small, I went back to normal, and then I went up a step before I finally found the one that fit the best for me. So I would encourage you to do the same, and eventually you'll find one that I think will work well for you. And in terms of using them as I was in an environment where I might need to speak with people at different times, they were great for that. I was able to walk around and do my job, and if someone started speaking to me, I could hear them loud and clear, even over my music. I could quickly do a double tap on the bud themselves. They would pause. I would have my conversation, speak to this person, boop, boop, back to the music, walk off, do whatever I needed to do. And that works great. But I do want to make it clear that if you're the kind of person that wants to block out the surrounding noise around you, you can turn the volume up. You're going to get a little bit of nosebleed. Someone around you might be able to hear what you're listening to. But if you wanted to crank that volume up and not be able to hear the people around you, that is also very much an option. Not as good as actual ANC, but they do get pretty loud. Something I did eventually wind up disabling, though, was a little feature where instead of just tapping the earbud, you could actually tap the side of your face. It would register that as the tap. That would play pause or whatever you wanted to do. I started having an issue where it started kind of giving me phantom taps, where I would be just walking around or I'll be talking and it would somehow pick up taps on my face that weren't there. The music would pause, tracks would skip like it was triple tapping. That got a little bit annoying, so I disabled that. But luckily, tapping on the buds themselves, not so bad because it's a relatively large round bud there, kind of an easy touch target anyway, so no big deal there. I also never use the automatic volume control. It's supposed to be able to hear your surroundings and adjust the volume automatically. Tried that out, didn't really care for that either. But I did really love having, and continue to love having, the Google Assistant on them. So the way I've got mine set up is on the right ear, a double tap is play pause, a triple tap is to skip forward. On this ear, I believe it is a double tap will read me my notifications, and a triple tap will trigger the assistant for me to be able to dictate whatever I need it to do. And the assistant on this thing is really fast. A lot of earbuds have assistant, but they're slow. You go to trigger it, it'll wait, it'll think, you'll hear the noise, and then sometimes you'll start talking and it won't pick up the first couple of words. It's janky and not good. On here, it's really good. It is almost instantaneous. It hears everything I'm saying and it works fantastically well. It's actually useful to be able to sit there, triple tap and say, set my volume to 5, and it does it almost instantaneously. Or skip a track, play this, play that, whatever. It's great. So at the end of the day, this is what it comes down to for me. Sony did not provide these earbuds to me. I bought them myself. And if you go to Best Buy, which there will be an affiliate link in the description, should you want to purchase these yourself, they're $180. These are not cheap earbuds. So it comes down to, for me, do I regret purchasing these things? Considering all the earbuds that I have, which earbuds have been in my pocket? Are they worth it to me? Well, over the last month and a half, these have been the buds that have been in my pocket. I really do enjoy them that much. Do I regret buying them? No, I don't. I wish they were a little bit less expensive because $180 is a lot of money for a set of earbuds, but I do actually really like these, and they have been my daily driver since I bought them. So there you go. There's a long-term review for the Sony Link Buds, about a month and a half in my ear, in my pocket. I keep them with me at all times. They're going back in my pocket right now so that I don't leave them here on my desk, and I do enjoy them. So guys, thanks for making it to the end of today's video. If you do want to purchase these, again, link in the description down below. It would help me out a ton. I'll see you on the next one, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.